There's two ways you can cook stuff. You can do it plain, which a lot of bodybuilders do, plain grilled chicken, plain steamed fish, plain steamed vegetables, plain. Or you can dress things up a little bit and make your meals a little bit more appetizing so you won't dread them every time it's time to eat or be tempted to cheat because you want something that tastes better. So how do you expand flavor without adding a lot of calories? For that, we look to Asian cooking because Asian cooking has a lot of different flavors that they use that add very little to almost no calories. And I got a bunch of them here in front of me. We got some fish, and I'm going to show you how to make an incredible, low-calorie, healthy, clean, tasty fish meal here today on Gaspari Kitchen. First, we're starting off with some Chilean sea bass. Now, when you buy Chilean sea bass, what you want is the thick piece that looks like this, not the thin piece that looks like this. But when you buy it frozen in the bag, they give you one of these and one of these because they try to get over on you. So you have to buy 2 bags so you can get 2 of those, but whatever. This is still good. The thin one is just gonna fall apart easier and dry out faster. This is what you want, the thicker one. If you go into a real fish market and not buying it frozen in a bag, you can actually ask the guy behind the counter to give you steaks that look like that. So 4 ounce 4-ounce Chilean sea bass fillets, thawed and ready to cook. Now, there's 7 ingredients over here, 7 Asian ingredients that are going to give you an incredible amount of flavor with almost 0 calories added. Very, very, very few. Under 100. So even probably under 50. First thing on the list is ginger. It looks like that. It doesn't even look like anything you would even want to eat, but you peel it, slice it, and it looks like this right there. Okay, this is 2 tablespoons of chopped cilantro. This is about 1.5 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons of sliced green onion. This is a few slices of sweet hot chili. I don't know why they call it sweet. It is not sweet. It's freaking hot. But you know, if you like hot food, that's going to add a lot of flavor. This is 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of mirin, which is rice wine. And this is 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, toasted sesame oil. Make sure you get toasted. It's got a lot more flavor than regular sesame oil. A little bit goes a long way to adding flavor. And this is lemongrass. I tried to buy it fresh. They didn't have it at the store I shopped at. They just had it mangled up in this tube, which is better than nothing. It gives it a nice lemony flavor that, you know, adds a lot of flavor and a lot of complexity to the dish, which is great when you're used to just eating plain food. The first thing you're gonna have to do is rig up some kind of steamer because we're gonna steam this fish. We're not gonna fry it, we're not gonna poach it, we're gonna steam it. So basically you need some kind of deep plate that you're gonna put your steaming liquid together in with the fish, and then that whole thing is gonna have to go into a pot of boiling water where you've got the plate raised up off the bottom so it's not sitting in the water, and that you can cover it, and the steam is what's gonna cook the fish. Some guys actually have a steamer. If you have a steamer, you don't have to go through any of this. I'm banking on the fact that nobody's got a steamer and you got to rig one up. So this is what I'm doing here today. So this is kind of a deep plate. I'm only cooking this one piece because the other one to me is not worth cooking. And in here, we're going to put soy sauce. Then I'm putting in mirin, 1 teaspoon of toasted sesame oil, and a little squeeze of lemongrass. Now this stuff is 15 calories in a tablespoon, so that's about 1 tablespoon, whopping 15 calories. Mix this around. That's good. Take the fish, put it in there, flip it over. Then on top of this, you want to put a few slices of ginger, and a few pieces of this supposedly sweet hot chili. And then that is ready for the stove. So over to my makeshift steamer, I have a big pot here, and you can see I have a little ring that I use. It's a little springform ring that's going to hold this plate up off the bottom of the pot. So just lower it in there, sit it on top of that, put the cover on. And you're gonna let that steam just like that for about 15 minutes, maybe 20. We'll check it at 15 and see where we go from there. So we're about 15 minutes down the road here, and this is what it looks like. You can see a lot of the fish juice came out and mixed in with your liquid that we put in there. And you can see right here, this is just a little bit flaky. That's exactly what you want. That means it's done. So I'm going to go ahead, turn off the heat, throw on some cilantro and green onion, and then put the cover back on. And let that sit with the heat off and the steam there for just about 5 minutes until that stuff wilts, and then you'll be ready to serve it. Okay, so that's the finished dish. I lied to you in the beginning when I said there were 4-ounce fillets. They're not. I just read the bag. They're 3 ounces. So for one 3-ounce fillet, along with all of the other stuff that we put on it, the whole dish together for 3 ounces, 310 calories, 4 grams of carbs, 20 grams of protein, and 25 grams of fat. Now, before you fall out of your chair with the 25 grams of fat, that's 25 grams of omega-3s. So that's, essential fatty acids from fish. You can't really do better than that. So although the fat content is a little high, it's good fat. So you need it, eat it, enjoy it, you'll love it. See you next time on Gasparri Kitchen.